I know that they had no intention of like coming off rude or anything, but as a kid, when you constantly hear that, when you're here and when you... Hey guys, it's Iris. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I've made one of these heart-to-heart, sit-down, more serious kind of video. They're usually on topics that are close to my heart, and it's hard to allow yourself to be vulnerable because when you put a video like this out there, people are going to judge you. And I've decided that it needs to be done because this is a topic that has been on my mind and on my heart for a long time. And mostly I'm making these videos for myself, to track my emotional progress and to show how far I've come. But you know what? If along the way this video helps somebody, then I'm so happy about that. I am Taiwanese American. Both my parents were born and raised in Taiwan, but my mom's side, her parents grew up in Japan, so my family has a very strong Japanese culture. Growing up in America, you'd think that since it's such a melting pot, most people are more accepting and more tolerant. While that is true, a lot of my childhood had me feeling like a black sheep. As a kid, I was always the fat kid. And I hate using the F word, but it is true. I was always the chubby kid, both in school and amongst our family friends. Friends would always be like, oh, you know, like, I can help your daughter lose weight. They didn't want to... I know that they had no intention of, like, coming off rude or anything, but as a kid, when you constantly hear that, when you're here and when you travel abroad, that you are just physically not good enough. That was the first thing that just made me feel like, why would I want to associate myself with a culture that doesn't accept me? I was never an academic. I was a kid that, if I enjoyed the subject, I excelled at it. So I was really good at language arts. I was really good at social studies. But things like science and math, I had no interest in. And so I just kind of checked out of those classes. And that led to less than straight A's. And that was just another thing that piled on to, you're not traditional. Not only do you not look traditionally Asian, you know, you're not skinny, but also you didn't get straight A's. It's like 2 strikes. Just completely made me check out of wanting to embrace my Taiwanese, Chinese American culture was the fact that I couldn't read and write Chinese. Of course, I went to Chinese school like a lot of Chinese kids, but again, like in school, I didn't enjoy it, so therefore I just checked out of it. And as a result, I didn't do very well, and I didn't learn as much as I probably should have. Looking back, of course, I regret those things, but like they say, hindsight is always 20/20. I realized a few things that just, you know, like flipped a switch for me. I can't run away from my ethnicity. I'm always going to be Asian American. I'm always going to be Taiwanese American. So I might as well just embrace it. Another thing I realized is that every ethnicity has their stereotypes and their stigmas, both good and bad. Like, for example, being Asian, like, they assume that you're smart. On the other end of the spectrum, there's always that stereotype that, like, because you're Asian, you're probably not that great at driving. And you know what? I am a pretty good driver. Of course, I have my moments where I'm nervous and I panic, but so does everybody else. I have never gotten a ticket since starting to drive. And you know, one of the most important things that I realized is that it will get better if you want it to get better. You just start loving yourself more and just saying, you know what, I am smart. You know what, I am a good driver. I don't care if I don't look like, you know, most of the Asian people. Like, if you just start loving yourself more, people will just be left with, I'll either take her as she is, or I don't have to be in her life. The good news is there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be like super inspired by you and be like, yeah, she loves herself. Even if she doesn't fit this mold that, you know, the Asian culture has set, I think she's really brave for, you know, being an individual, because who wants to be like everybody else, like millions of other Asian people, you know? The news is there's also going to be people that just cannot accept you for who they are. And those people, honestly, don't belong in your life anyways. And eventually you'll realize how much better your life is without them. Now that I'm kicking the bad to the curb, I'm embracing those good. Like, for example, I'm the perfect blend of Taiwanese and American. Just Mandarin, even though I can't read and write Mandarin, I can speak Mandarin. I can understand a little bit of Taiwanese, and I just think that's so cool because most kids who are born here and whose parents are from a different country are not fluent in the language that their parents spoke, but I am, and I'm really, really happy about that. Another amazing thing about being Chinese American are red envelopes. If you guys are Chinese or you observe Chinese holidays, you guys know about Chinese New Year and those amazing red envelopes full of cash that pretty much you can spend any way you want. Also, like, people are usually pretty envious of the fact that you're not the same. Like, that is so cool. Like, I wish I spoke Mandarin. I wish I got, you know, extra money. That is my journey, and how I've decided to just start embracing being who I am and the culture that I am, and just feeling like it's the most amazing thing, because it is. And once you love it, people will love it too. They have no choice, you know, because I feel like positivity is infectious, but so is negativity. So whatever vibes you put out there is truly what you'll receive, and that's what I believe. Anyways, if this video helped you guys, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and leave me a comment if you've ever had this issue of feeling like a black sheep in your own culture. So yeah, don't forget to check out my last video where I did the Do Us a Favor Lays challenge. That'll be linked in the first line of the description bar. I hope you all have a really successful week, and I will see you this weekend. Bye guys. My first impression, they taste definitely meat flavor. If I didn't know they were Euro flavor, I would have thought like